Everyone's eyes are on the Atlanta Falcons. That's where the chatter is. But while the spotlight shines elsewhere, Tampa Bay is standing in the shadows, with a grin. They've dominated the NFC South time and time again. And let's be honest, Baker Mayfield is still the best quarterback in the division. This team isn't rebuilding. They're reloading. Let's start with the big surprise. And it comes straight from PFF, the data analysts who break down every snap. According to their latest report, Tampa Bay has the strongest wide receiver group in the entire NFL. Not just good, not top 5, the best. And here's the part that will raise eyebrows. That's true even if Chris Godwin doesn't return to full health. Mike Evans? Still elite. He earned a 90.2 PFF receiving grade last season, and he's showing zero signs of slowing down. Chris Godwin? Before his season-ending injury, he posted an 85.7 PFF grade and was on fire. Jalen McMillan? The rookie came alive late in the year, posting a 75.8 grade over his final 5 games. And now, they've added first-round pick Emeka Egbuka, a master of separation on short routes. Oh, and let's not forget Trey Palmer and Sterling Shepard, providing serious depth as wide receiver 5 and wide receiver 6. That's not just talent. That's an arsenal. Yes, the injuries were brutal. Godwin and Evans both missed time. But out of that storm came clarity. Jalen McMillan is the real deal. The receiver room is deeper than ever. And Tampa Bay just became the sleeper team of the NFC South. Let's be honest, Jalen McMillan's breakout at the end of last season might not have happened if Chris Godwin and Mike Evans hadn't gone down. But here's the twist. He didn't just fill in, he stepped up. Big time. By the end of the season, McMillan posted a 75.8 PFF receiving grade, making him not only fantasy relevant, but a legit contributor on the field. If those injuries hadn't opened the door, we might not have seen it. But now that we have, there's no turning back. Heading into the new season, it's clear, Jalen McMillan is Tampa Bay's wide receiver 4, and that's a terrifying thought for opposing defenses. A statement pick, Egbuka. When the Buccaneers drafted Emeka Egbuka, it wasn't just about adding another receiver. It was a message, a declaration. They took the best player available, period. They're fully trusting Baker Mayfield to command an offense that might just become the most explosive in the league. Think about it. The Bucs have a solid run game, their offensive line is reliable, and now, they're stacked with talent at wide receiver. This offense isn't just ready to compete, it's built to dominate. The deepest war room in football. Let's compare. Dallas has CeeDee Lamb and now George Pickens. Dangerous, yes, but the depth isn't there. Philadelphia has A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. Again, top-tier starters. But what lies beneath? Detroit boasts Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams, but depth falls off quickly. Tampa Bay? They go 6 deep at wide receiver, and 4 of them are proven weapons. Even with Evans and Godwin aging, they're still performing at elite levels. But here's what sets this team apart. If the stars miss time, the backups step in without missing a beat. Schedule advantage, the silent boost. And just when you think it can't get any better, let's talk schedule. The Buccaneers come into this season with one of the easiest paths on paper. According to total opponent win percentage from 2024, Tampa Bay is in the bottom half in strength of schedule. That's big. Let's name some NFC teams expected to contend this year. Lions, Eagles, Cowboys, Packers, Vikings, Rams, Commanders. Every single one of them has a tougher schedule than the Bucs. That's not just a small edge, it's a potential game changer in playoff positioning. Some NFL teams rack up more than 30,000 miles in a season. That's brutal. Fatigue sets in, and performance dips. But the Buccaneers? They're right in the sweet spot, traveling just 18,000 miles all season. No overseas games, no jet lag nightmares. In a league where every edge matters, that's a silent advantage. The schedule. Opportunity awaits. Now, let's break down the path ahead. The Bucs open the season on the road at Atlanta, a massive statement game. Start strong there, and the tone is set. Week 2, a trip to Houston. Even if Tampa Bay starts 1-1, they're in a solid position. But if they go 2-0, they'll send a shockwave through the NFC. And here's the kicker. Even if they somehow start 0-2, the back half of the season is packed with winnable games. The golden stretch? Look at how they close out the year. Arizona, New Orleans, Atlanta, Carolina, Miami. Carolina again. That's 6 straight games where Tampa Bay could realistically run the table. If they stay focused, they could march into the playoffs with serious momentum. And get this, weeks 13 to 15 are all home games. That's right, 3 straight games at home. That kind of stretch is extremely rare in the NFL, especially late in the season. It gives the team a huge lift when it matters most. A first-place team with a favorable path. Here's what makes this even crazier. Tampa Bay finished first in their division. Usually, that means a tougher schedule. But overall, their 2024 strength of schedule isn't even in the top half of the league. That's a major break. If you don't know how the NFL builds schedules, here's the quick version. 6 games versus your division, home and away. 8 games versus 2 full divisions. This year, NFC West and AFC East. 3 games versus teams that also finished first in their own divisions, so Tampa will face the Eagles, NFC East champs, the Lions, a new rivalry, the Texans, surging but still beatable. Yes, those are tough matchups. But the rest of the slate? Manageable, winnable, and full of opportunity. The final word. Between the favorable travel schedule, the backloaded winnable games, and the explosive talent on this roster, the Buccaneers aren't just flying under the radar. They're quietly building a case as one of the most dangerous teams heading into 2024. And mark this down. If they stay healthy, especially at wide receiver, this team could shock the entire league.